All right, so what I'm going to be doing here is homework for Chapter 5. Chapter 5 with Mr. Greer. And I'll just grow this really big so you can see what we're going to be accomplishing today. Oh, stud machine, that always happens. Here we go, Scott Greer. That'll work. Or I think if I do this, Mr. Greer. Oh, it did it. Man, what the heck. Mr. S. Greer. There we go. So we're going to be doing Chapter 5's homework together. You're going to need to jump into Canvas and download the file that's going to be needed, and that will be for Apply Your Knowledge to start off, the annual payroll XLS. Downloaded it. I'm going to go ahead and launch it. We want to enable editing. Once again, I haven't done this yet, but we're going to make sure we get through this pretty quickly. I'm going to bet that we're doing a consolidated payroll worksheet. Oh, look, that's what it says. We've got all these different things, so we're going to add up all the totals here and figure out gross pay and all those wonderful things. So let's go ahead and just start off by running Excel, open the workbook. We did that. Perform the following tasks. One by one, click each of the tabs and review the quarterly totals and formats. So there we go. Look at that. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It looks amazing. Annual totals. Now what we want to do is we want to right-click the Annual Tools Tool tab and say Select All Sheets. So we're going to go ahead and do that. We've selected them all. And then we want to insert the date cell into D2, Delta 2. Okay, so we've got this. We've got everything highlighted, so we're drilling through all of them. We're going to use the Today function. So Today, parentheses and parentheses. Click Enter, and that will put that all the way through. We're going to create a 4-digit year cell style created earlier in this module. So we want to change. So what we're going to do is we're going to go up here and we're going to use the cell style. If you haven't done that, we can just say I want to do a new cell style. We're going to take off the border. We're going to take off the fill. We're going to take off the protection. We're going to call this 4-digit year. We're going to format it. And under number, we'll scroll all the way down to date, just like here. So this is the bottom one selected under that. And it says that what we'd like to do also is change the font color to black if necessary, right justify. So font, instead of creating color automatic, I'm going to make it black. And alignment, I'm going to right justify. And then I'm going to go ahead and click OK. Click OK, and we're going to apply the cell style 4-digit year. Boom, got that one. Format the column heading in A3 to D3. So A3 to D3 using heading style 3 right here. Good. Format the range A8 to D8 for totals, so we can do that. Let's just go ahead and say cell styles and totals. Got that one done. Select C5 through D5. And we want to do comma style. Done. And then the sum functions here, so I'm going to go ahead and auto sum all the way up. Totals of C, and then I'm just going to drag this over because it's not absolute, so that will add everything up there. I'm looking to see if I missed A4 or C4 and D4. I don't see it, so we're probably coming to it. We are now going to switch to the page layout view. So down here we have page layout view. In this view, we can go ahead and add a header. So the header that we want to put in here, add the sheet name and page number to the center of the footer. Add the worksheet header with the file name in the center. So we're going to go ahead and click in here. We can go ahead and say file name, and then I can hit tab and it will take me over to the right here. And it says page, let's see, file name, center of the header, and the date at the right of the header. So I'll go ahead and put current date. And then on the footer, which I can say go to footer, it says that what we want to do is we want to add the sheet name and page number to the center of the footer. Sheet name and page number to the center of the footer. Page number. Good. If requested by your instructor, add a dash followed by your name to the worksheet left header. What I actually want you to do is go ahead and do File, Save As, and save this with your name up front. So I'm going to put this into my normal folder where I put things. And I'm going to put my name on the front of it so I can tell whose it is, because I grade so many of them. That will be okay. And then, according to what we did, your name will automatically be up here. I like that. Okay. Click outside the header area and click Page Setup dialog box. Okay, so let me click outside the header. And click Page Setup dialog box launcher, so page layout. And then I want to look down here to Page Setup group. Good. I'm going to go ahead and click on the bottom left right here, or bottom right, excuse me, the Page Setup dialog box popper stopper here. And then I want to go into margins, and I want to center everything horizontally on the page. We can do that. And then we're going to click OK. And then I believe if I hit Control P, yeah, now this is centered. You don't have to do that just yet, but we can see that it's centered. Click the Quarter 1 Sheet tab. Great. On this one, we want to select it. Shift click the Quarter 4 Sheet tab. So I'm going to shift and click, holding the shift key down. In cell D4, use the round function with 2 decimal places to calculate the gross pay by multiplying B4 by C4. So we're going to come right here. We're going to click into it. We're going to say equals round. And this is B4 times C4, comma 2 decimal places. To get the gross pay, go ahead and enter that. Now we are going to, because we don't have these as absolute values, we can drag this down. I like it. That calculates everything out for us. So we've got all this done here. Let's go ahead and see next. We want to fill the handle. We did that. Control click cells D4 and D8 to select them. So D4, and then holding down the control button in D8. We're going to go ahead and in here, we're going to use the currency format. And so we're going to go back to home, go down to general. We could use the currency, but we're going to change it a little bit. So we're going to do currency, and we want to use parentheses as our negative, and it says that do we want it to be colored or not? Floating $sign and parentheses for negative numbers. So we'll just leave it like that. 2 decimal places is good. Click OK. We're going to come over here, and we're going to grab, are we going to change these at all? This looks like it needs to be changed. C4 to C8. Make it comma style. Good. So we're going to grab all this, do comma style. There it goes. Everything's looking good. To consolidate the worksheets, click the Annual Totals tab. So down here. Select only the Annual Totals worksheet. Create a sum with a 3D reference. So we're going to say this is auto sum. There's nothing it's going to. So we're going to go ahead and click on sum, then select C4, click the sum button, right? Click the quarter one sheet, perfect. We're going to go ahead and click on hours worked, and then we're going to hold the shift key down, and we're going to shift click into quarter four. And notice up here it says quarter one through quarter four, C4. So we've done a 3D reference where we're going deep. We're going to hit enter, and it populates out hours worked. I think we can just drag this across and then down also. Let me just see here. We could repeat the steps. I'm going to just try this. This might not work, and then we'll have to go backwards. But look at that. It did work. I love it. Okay, and then we're just going to drag it down. Ta-da. So we have 8,401 hours worked. Just look at this. There's about 2,000. Yep, looks like we added it all up right. Perfect. We do need to put on this one and this one our currency format. So I'm going to go ahead and go down here. Format to currency, negative numbers like that. Perfect. Boom. Now we've got, oh, but it didn't do my floating dollar sign. What is it doing to me? Let me see here. Currency. There it goes. Okay. Yep. And currency. I must have missed that one. Sorry. And currency, negative number, click OK. Boom. Looking sharp. We did all of that. We did the three on the totals tab. Copy the function in C4, paste it to C5. Good. We did that. Repeat. Good. Preview the 5 worksheets and print them as instructed to do so. We're not going to have to print all that, so we're good to go. Click the annual tab, select save workbook. Okay, so we're going to make sure our name's on it, hit Control S, and then we're going to submit this in as the final piece that's done. I'm going to go ahead and click out of this page view here. So we can see this is what it looks like. It's exactly what we did in class today. The bonus question is, what would have been the effect if you had consolidated the workbook before rounding the gross pays for each quarter? If you then rounded all of the numbers, would the answer have been the same? Yes or no? And I'm just going to go out on a limb here and say probably most of the numbers, well, it just depends. Are they being rounded down? Or are they being rounded up? Because if we hadn't rounded it and it went out quite a bit in any of these, so let's just say in quarter one, we didn't round this here, and so it says 8.6. Like, we could take this out, and let me just see. I don't know if this is going to give us a weird number or not. Let me just say go out 8 decimal places. And, oops. Yeah, so we would have had a much different number because we would have been adding different things. It's not the end of the world. It's not like we've created rocket science here. I think we should leave the round, but just to be aware that even though it looks, when you don't use the round function, it would still look like 571986. It wouldn't be. It would be 5785269 or whatever it was out there. Okay, so apply your knowledge is done. That was pretty easy. Great. Save that. Send it in. I'm going to jump back into Canvas. My next piece that I've got to do here is extend your knowledge. Just going to make sure I'm recording. Good, I am. I was worried there for a second I wasn't recording. So extend your knowledge 5-1 custom. First thing that we're going to do is we're going to go up here and we're going to enable editing. We're going to say file, save as, and we're going to save this as our specific, wonderful, let's see here, APP104. I'm going to put my name on the front because I want to make myself happy, and you do as my student want to make me happy. So it's got your name on there. All right, we're going to be doing custom format codes. This one's kind of a bugger, but it's not too bad. So what we want to do is we want to take this 10-digit phone number, and we would like to, instructions, run Excel, open workbook, extend 5-1 custom format codes shown in figure 5-73A. Good, got it. For each of the entries in the custom formats code worksheet, you will either create a new custom format or edit the code already applied to the cell entry. When completed, the worksheet should appear as it does below. So this one we know that we want to put periods in between the area code and the 3-digit prefix that's going to be used. So in B3, Here we go. We want to format cells. So we actually can just do this, format cells. And then we can come down to format cells. And note that the general format has been applied to this cell. Create a custom format code that will display the 10-digit number entered in B3 in the format shown. So the format shown is just that we need to do a custom. We're going to go ahead and I don't think they have anything in here that does that, so I'm just going to create one. This is a fairly simple one to do. We can see the sample up top right here of what it looks like. So I'm just going to say, look, I want you to use a number. Then I want you to put in a parentheses of a dot, and then number, and then a parentheses and a dot, and then number. There it goes. And so we can see the sample up here. This parentheses and the dot says, I want you to insert this in between the numbers that are in there. Click OK, and bing, we're already done with that one. That was pretty simple. I'm going to go ahead and zoom in so we can see this a little better. This one's a 6-digit number with text. Okay. So select B4, display the format cells dialog box, and note that the custom format, right mouse click in this, format cells, it has this PN dash and a number. So we've got PN, let's see here, has been applied to the cell. Edit the custom format code to display the 6-digit number with text in B4 shown. So PN, and let me see what we're not getting here that it's asking us to do. Dash, oh, it wants 6 digits and we only have 4. So what we're going to do is we're going to force this one right here, this number says don't force anything. So we're going to put in a 0 and notice that's going to add a 0. So we will always, a 0 indicates a forced number that has to be there. If there's not something, it'll insert a 0. A number sign or pound or a hashtag just says, okay, just put the number here if you need to. Click OK. It worked. Good. Pretty easy. Dollars and cents. For each of the remaining cells, edit or create custom format code to produce formatted cells that match 5-73. So what we want to do is we want to put $207 and 0.90 cents. This one's going to be a doozy. I don't even know how we're going to do this. Let's look at it. Format cells. This is a number. We're going to do custom. And I don't know if there's anything in here that will have that. Let's see here, dollars and cents. Am I gonna have to make this one up? Okay, well, wait, let me just see if currency has, nope, doesn't have anything. Accounting doesn't have anything. Special. Zip code, look at this, we have a phone number right here. We could have tried the first time. Text. All right, let's do a custom one. This will be 1, 2, 3. Then I'm going to put in a quote, space dollars and quote. Actually, I'm going to put a space in there and then we'll put the 90s in there. So let's go ahead and put a point, and then pound. Let's see if this works. Oh, we want a pound, and then 90 cents. I don't know if this one's going to work, but let's try it. Let's see. We've got quote. Oh, we need to get rid of. We need to put one more quote in here. Just double check here, click OK. Cannot do this. Okay, well, dollars and there it is. $2 and We've got to force it to have this other number out here. I think we're close here. Okay, I think I know what I'm doing wrong here. Let's just do this. I think we have to tell the decimal place over here. Yeah, there's 90 cents and there's 207. So let's pull that out of here. There it goes, $207.90. So we just want to put a 0 in for the hundreds or ones or whatever it is, and then the decimals back here. Click OK. That seems to work just fine. So our next one that we'd like to do is this 752. We want to make it have 2 decimal places, and if it's negative, we want it to just show up in purple is what it looks like. So I'm going to go ahead and go in here. Let's see. Let's go ahead and just say we want it to be number, point, number. Or do we have to have 0, 0? There we go, 0, 0. So I think we could probably just do 0. There we go. And then if it's negative, I don't want it to show, I think it's bracket purple. Will purple work? Bracket. Let me go down here and find one of these that has a color in it. Oh, there's red. Oh, colon. Semicolon, I mean. Let's do a semicolon if it's negative. So let's do this. No? Oh, here we go. I'm just following what's down here so we can see that what we want to do is probably a point and then a semicolon, and then we want to do purple. I don't know if purple's a color in here. I'm assuming it is. And there it is. And let's go ahead and try number sign 0.00. And click OK. Oh, Microsoft Excel, built-in number formats. Okay, so it doesn't like that. Sorry, I'm trying to read what this is here. Oh, we probably want to put, let's try this again here. Number sign, number 0. And I'm just copying directly what's below here, underscore, parentheses, colon. Let me go ahead and make it red. And comma, pound. There we go. Okay, but now we've got parentheses. So let me get rid of this. Let me get rid of this. Got that. We just want to make sure the red color is coming if it's negative. And I think that's actually it. Oh, good. So I did do red. Right mouse click, do format cells, and I'm going to just see if I can change that to purple. See if that one sticks. Nope, purple's not one of them. And I'm going to do, let's try magenta. There it goes. That's the one they wanted, was magenta. Okay, so we've got B6 done. B7 is a 4-digit year with text. So this one we want to have it say current year 2017. So we'll just go ahead and format cells. We have custom, which is year is right here. I'm going to just jump in front of this and say current year, space and quotes, and ta-da, it came up perfect. Day followed by date. So we want to have, it's Wednesday, but we want it to say Wednesday and then a dash and then the date. So let's go ahead and format this one. Right mouse click, format cells. I'm going to put, instead of here, I'm going to go ahead and put day. Oh yeah, there we go. Oops, D. So one more D, and then I'm going to put in between quote dash. So I just had to put 4 Ds in there. Click OK. It's going to come out as Wednesday. Text with text. This month is June. So format this cell. This month is, and then we're going to go ahead and put on the back side MMM. And I think that's going to do what, wait, lowercase m, MMMM. And it should put in there, this month is, did that not work? Format cells. Huh, we're close here. I know what I'm doing. Trying to do this on the fly. I think we want to throw in this little @ symbol right here. So it's shift 2. So it says this month is June now. Boom. Got that. Perfect. This one we want to do point, or let's see, it's supposed to be negative. It's supposed to be a percentage, but it needs to have 1 decimal place. So this is pretty good, but we're just going to say 0.0 and 0.0. Click OK. Perfect. Percent and text. It should say 75% complete without the 2 decimal places. So we're going to say custom 75%. So we're just going to do 75% and then space complete. And they don't want it capitalized. Click OK. This one is hours and minutes. So we want to kind of do what we did with dollars and cents up here. So format, cells. Now I believe that we actually have in a custom hours and minutes right here. So we didn't have to do anything. We can just click on that one. And finally, military time, 600 hours. So 6 a.m. This should be 0600 hours. So we're going to go ahead and right mouse click, format cells. Let's see here. I just want to see if they have a military time in here. We're looking for 0600. And we want it to say hours afterwards. So I'm going to do a custom. And I am going to do, it's saying system time. So I think we just want to do hours. And 0600. I'm going to say space hours. Oops. There it goes. So 0600 hours. Click OK. Good. So we are done with extend your knowledge. Should look like this when we're done. Make sure your name's on it. Hit save. It says for many entries, several custom formats can produce the results shown in figure 5-73. What criteria would you use to determine which custom format to use in instances where more than one format would produce the result for figure 5-73B? You know, it's just what's up to you. I like to do what's comfortable, what you get used to, so you need to memorize different pieces of it. And I don't mean memorize everything, but you know, when you went in there, like the @ symbol, I was having a struggle with there for a minute. You saw me struggling with it. It's totally okay to do that. Let's go on to expand your world. So expand your world here. I'm going to go ahead and, use a blank workbook to complete this assignment. Great, then we'll do it. I'm going to say, give me a new one. And we have a blank workbook. In this one, you have to gather and analyze weather data from 4 cities for a group of environmental studies projects. You decide to use Excel to create your charts and store the data. Run Excel, open up a blank workbook and save it with this file name. So I'm going to go ahead and Control S. We're going to start off by saving it. I'm going to go put it in my APP104 folder. And this is APP104. I'm going to call it my name. This is expand 5-1 weather charts. Excellent. Search online for the average monthly weather statistics by city and state. Choose 4 different locations or use one suggested by your instructor. Copy the weather statistics such as precipitation, temperature to your workbook. Create a separate worksheet for each city. Okay, so I think that they're going to have us do a consolidate. Create a master. Okay, so consolidated weather sheet. Sure. City, we're going to do... Of the cities, we're going to do precipitation and temperature. Good. I am trying to see here of average monthly weather statistics. For each city, create a chart. Create a master worksheet that does everything into a single table. Great. Average monthly weather statistics. So we're going to actually change this to month. And I'm going to say January. And then I'm going to grab this and drag it down through December. Precipitation. So we can see how much precipitation they got and their average temperature. So I'm going to go ahead and open up a new Google here. And let's say... precipitation by month by city. Climate, look at this, monthly averages, usclimatedata.com. Who would have thought? Internet is such a wonderful thing. I gotta make sure I'm recording. Oh good, I am. Let's go ahead and see monthly. So we've got a bunch of good statistics in here. We could do high and low. I'm going to click that over there and lock these both here. I'm going to go ahead and say in California, horizontal, say California. I can't scroll over there. What's going on? It's saying to use city and state. So I'm just going to go with the main city that comes up. And I'm going to do high and I'm going to do low. Why not? I'm going to build this thing up so it looks pretty decent before I go for it. Let me go ahead and put this in as heading 3. I'm going to center this. I'm going to make this a title style. Title, there we go. I'm going to merge and center it. Merge and center right there. We can see the average precipitation in inches, and then we can see the high and the low in Fahrenheit. So this is my basic, oh, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and put totals or averages. How about average? For the whole year. I'm going to make this a total line. And cell styles, whoops, there it is, cell styles. We're going to create totals here. And now I want to create multiple worksheets. I need at least 4, it said. I'm going to rename this one Consolidated. And then I'm going to move or copy. I'm going to create it into not a new book, but I want to create a new sheet. So copy, and we're going to move it to the end. So I'm going to call this one California. And this is California. Great. Then I'm going to make one for Nevada. Oops, I don't want to do that. Delete that. I'm going to copy California. Right mouse click, move or copy, create a copy, move it to the end. Here we are. Now we're going to change this one to Nevada. And then just because I am an Alabama football fan, we're going to go roll tide here. Move or copy. Alabama. Okay. And let's go somewhere that'll have, everything seems pretty warm so far. Let's make it Utah or something like that. So let's go ahead and move or copy, move to the end, create a copy. We're going to call this one Utah. Get some cold weather in here. Utah. Okay, so we've got all these. I'm going to go back into California. I'm going to transpose the data from over here on the right. We're building this from scratch, so I can just look at this average for each one of these. 2.76, 1.14, 0.67, 0.2, 0.04, 0.04, 0.28, 0.94, 2.09. Here comes a rainy season for us in California, 3.27. Okay, now my high temperature, 54, 60, 65, 71, 80, 87, 92, 91, 87, 78, 64, 54. And my low temperature, how low can you go? 39, 41, 44, 46, 51, 56, 58, 58, 56, 50, 43, and 38. Great. And just for giggles, I'm going to say average of everything above it. And I'm going to do that to a 2 decimal place. Let me drag that across. We want to shrink decimal places, number. There we go. And I'm actually not even going to leave decimal places here. I'm going to go ahead and just take those off completely. 1, 2. Buckle my shoe. All right, awesome. So we did that, and you know what? I could go through and do all this again and again, but I'm just going to copy it and paste it, and then paste it. And then I think I have one more over here. There it is, and paste it. Okay. I could have done that with the drill through like we're going to, but I'm not going to. Let's go into Nevada. Or how about, why not, let's go back out. Nevada, where are you, Nevada? Kansas, uh-oh. No, here's Nevada. I've got to be able to get over there a little bit. Nevada. Okay, precipitation. So this is the boring part because we're just putting stuff in here. 1.57, 1.57, 1.1. 0.43. If you don't know where I'm getting this, I'm just reading this line right here, average. 0.43, 0.43. That's pretty accurate for an average rainfall for a whole state, don't you think? That looks rigged. 0.34. Okay, so we got our average precipitation. Our high average is, and this is Carson City, Nevada. So 45, 50, 57, 63, 71, 81, 90, 88, 80, 68, 54, 45. And our low is 22, 25, 30, 34, 41, 47, 52, 51, 43, 35, 27, 22. Did Nevada. Sweet home Alabama. Roll Tide. Precipitation. Ooh, they get a lot of rain. 02, 3.54, 4.06, 5.24, 3.98, 3.98, 2.91, 4.61, and 4.84. That's a wet state. Alabama. 57, 62, 70, 77, 84, 90, 92, 92, 87, 78, 69, and 60. And our low is 36, 39, 45, 52, 61, 68, 71, 71, 65, 53, 44, 37. Ooh, yeah. And finally, we're going to do Utah. Let's go back, zoom it out. Give me Utah. And Utah's thinking, come on, Utah. Come on. All right, well, if Utah's not going to come up, I'm going to click on Idaho. I think I freaked out the website. It's like nobody cares about weather this much. Okay, we're going to kill that. Okay. Let's go ahead and reboot the website. I did. I killed the website. That's awesome. And let's do Utah one more time. Oh, good. It made it. Okay, so we're going to do Salt Lake City. Lock this one over here. Precipitation for 1.46, 1.5, 2.2, 2.32, 2.09. We need to import water from Alabama over here out west because it's insane compared to what we get. 7.7 and 1.61. And our high is going to be 38, 44, 53, 61, 71, 82, 90, 89, 78, 65, 50, 40. Let's see the low. Wow, I thought it was going to be lower than that. Okay, the average low in Fahrenheit is 26, 31, 38, 43, 52, 61, 69, 67, 58, 46, 36, and 27. Woo! Okay. I got to be done with this. We're going to go back out to our consolidated. What we want to do is consolidate the precipitation through all of them that month. Now, we could do I'm going to do an average. I think it shows the average monthly statistics through 4 months. Okay, so I'm going to do, instead of a sum, I'm going to say average. Okay, we're going to go ahead and bust this little bad boy out. We're going to click on California. Sorry, it's not going to want me to do that second one here. So, whoops. And I want to delete this. So the average of, let's just see if I can do this. California B4. And then I need to just make this bigger now. And I'm going to go ahead and click through Utah B4, close parentheses. So instead of sum, we're using average this time. Go ahead and click enter. Nice, came out. We're going to go ahead and just copy this across for the high and the low. And this is giving us the average temperature in all these. I'm going to drag them all down all the way through. I'm going to just change everything out to, on precipitation, we're just going to go 2 decimal places. And on the high and low temperature, I'm going to just make it, there it goes, right there. And technically, I don't think we're supposed to do an average on an average. I'm going to make these centered so I can read them a little bit better. I like that. And then I would like to average the averages. So I know that's horrible. Sorry, you math majors out there. But I'm going to just take the average that they have, go ahead and drag that across, center it. And then on these two, so we can see that the average temperature, the average high across these 4 states through all the months is 70, and the average low is 46. Save the worksheet. Oh, it wants us to create a chart for every state. So I'm going to go ahead and just do one chart. I'm going to do California and the precipitation. Why not? And I'm going to create, insert a recommended chart. Hopefully it's, oh good, we'll use a line chart. Okay. Gives us that. We could go in and title this. We could say precipitation by month, or monthly precipitation. Monthly precipitation. And it shows us we could make this all pretty if we wanted to, but I don't really need to. I'm going to go ahead and just do this on each one. You should be putting in your titles. I'm just showing you how to do it, so I'm not going to. And sure, here's your line chart. I'm going to move it over here. Alabama. Highlight the same information. Insert a line chart. Look at that one. That one's different. I like that. And Utah. Insert a line chart. Recommended charts, line. Okay. Move that one over here. So we have our consolidated. We could do the same thing for the consolidated. Insert a line chart. I like it. I'm just going to get rid of the title. Chart title's gone now. I'm going to change it to this one because it looks prettier, and we'd have to guess at what it was. But this is precipitation in inches, and that's it. So how do we choose our chart type? Well, I let it suggest. Could we make it more meaningful? Possibly. Like you could have done a pie chart. This is 100% of it, but that might not have worked as well. We could have done a column graph or chart showing these in columns, or a bar chart so it matches. Like if we were to change this into a bar chart, let's see here, change chart type, and we were to go into a bar, this now matches the months, and we only have one over here. We'd have to go reselect over here on this axis. Let me see if I can do this. We'd say axis titles, and we don't want one, we want monthly. So we want to do data labels. So here's a chart we could use. Okay, there's a data table included on it. There's all sorts of things that we could do, but this would correspond vertically with what happened. We'd have to go in here and make sure that this got switched. I don't want to spend all day on this. I'm going to post it right now. But you know, there's just different things that we can do in order to make this look good. I'm going to pull axis titles off and grid lines on or off and axes. All right, that's it. Go ahead and finish that and submit all your work.